Lately, my social media feed has been flooded with breast cancer awareness videos. Maybe it was just in my head, but I actually started feeling a faint ache in my chest. Being the cautious person I am, and to nip any potential issues in the bud, I immediately booked an appointment with a breast specialist. I chose the most expensive top specialist, with a $75 consultation fee. I figured the higher the fee, the more reputable the doctor. But when I arrived at the hospital, I found out it was a male doctor. At 8 a.m., the breast clinic at Metropolitan General Hospital was packed. Other exam rooms had just a few stragglers, but outside my doctor's door, a massive queue had formed. It seemed people's disposable income had really increased. So many were willing to pay $75 for a consultation, and most of them were young women. These women were incredibly cheerful, looking less like patients and more like fans at a meet and greet. The women coming out of the exam room were strange too. Their faces were flushed with an odd, rosy glow, like ripe peaches. What was going on? Was this some new medical procedure I didn't know about? I've been refreshing the hospital app since midnight. Persistence pays off. I finally got an appointment with Dr. Julian. My sister highly recommended him. She said Dr. Julian's technique is amazing. After he examines you, you feel like you're floating on air. I wonder if it's true. It's true. You'll see once you try it. Besides, looking at Dr. Julian's handsome face, even the worst symptoms just fade away. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the loud chatter of the two women ahead of me was impossible to ignore. So Dr. Julian was a man? When I booked, I only paid attention to which doctor was most expensive. I didn't check the details page. Seriously, I was here for a medical checkup, not to gawk at some guy. What were these women even thinking? And having a male stranger examine my chest felt incredibly awkward. I decided to sneak out and cancel the appointment before my name was called. But before I could leave, the exam room's electronic prompt chimed. Chloe Thompson, please come in. Well, there went my $75 down the drain. Nervously, I knocked and entered. Inside, a man in a white coat sat behind a desk. He wore gold-rimmed glasses and was looking down, writing something. From my angle, I couldn't clearly see his face, but his hair was thick and dark, and I couldn't help but think he probably wasn't a very skilled doctor. Excuse me, Dr. Julian, I think I booked the wrong appointment. Would it be possible for you to— What? He frowned, looking up and cutting me off. A striking, handsome face met my gaze. In that instant, my heart pounded and I held my breath. Do you believe in love at first sight? The words I'd prepared vanished the moment he looked up. I shook my head, dumbfounded. Wrong appointment? No, this was my fate. Dr. Julian asked me some routine questions, which I answered honestly. Do you have a boyfriend? No. His usually serious and professional expression seemed to soften when he heard my answer. At 27, this was the first time a man had spoken such direct words to me, especially one as handsome as him. Exactly my type. All of it? I stammered, a blush creeping up my neck, including my bra. Yes. I'd never been to a breast specialist before, so I didn't know if this was normal, but his words sent a shiver through me, making my heart race and my hands tremble slightly. In front of him, I slowly unbuttoned my shirt, one button at a time, revealing the smooth, pale skin underneath. Keep going. Dr. Julian's voice was low and calm, but his intense gaze never left my body. Maybe I was too nervous, but the bra that usually came off easily now seemed stuck. The atmosphere grew awkward. Dr. Julian crossed his arms, wearing an expression that seemed to say, I've seen this before. I gave up struggling and turned my back to him. The clasp in the back seems stuck and I can't reach it. Dr. Julian, could you help me? There was a brief silence in the exam room. Then, a pair of hands touched my back, cool, steady hands that quickly found the clasp. The familiar tightening, then loosening. I knew the clasp of my bra had been undone. I expected Dr. Julian to step back politely, but instead, he gently pulled me closer and slipped the bra off. Ah! His movements were so quick I gasped and instinctively covered myself. How am I supposed to examine you like that?